At Clyde Ironworks, every bite starts from scratch. Fried ravioli, onion rings, wood-fired pizza, in-house beers, steak stone sizzling, pasta, pretzels, cannoli, all made by hand. Clyde Ironworks, where food is made from scratch.
I always have to have it on hand, or in my pocket, or in my car where I knew where it was. Because if I didn't know where it was, I'd panic. But that was in the beginning. And in my head, like as time went on, if I lose it or if I can't find it or I misplaced it, I'll just be like, it pops up whenever it pops up. But in the back of my mind, it's more of like, oh my God, I need it. Like, I need to find it. But in hindsight, it's just more of like, if it comes back. If it doesn't, then it was meant to be, and it's a sign that I should stop. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people who don't learn until I go through it. Just know that every year it gets harder to quit. And every year you start to feel the effect.
With me today, we're gonna have a good time. You've convinced me. I'm ready to switch my account. Oh my gosh. Specific answer. They're learning quick. Can we Google it? Whatever. Okay. He's a quick study.
There's so many words I'm not saying. Be careful. It is a love story.
You bet it is.
Fair.
I wasn't done.
Ask the questions that you think are silly. Thank you for joining. Bye.
We only have had e-cigarettes since 2012 or 2011. So it's only been a decade, a little over a decade, and we're getting different chemicals that we don't know enough about, which will probably cause us a lot of issues in the future.
There's nothing better than a Subway Series footlong, except when you add a new footlong sidekick, like the boss with a new footlong cookie. This might be my favorite sidekick ever. What?
Every epic footlong deserves a perfect sidekick.
Vaping has almost become like an obsession, addiction.
I always have to have it on hand.
It's got to be where I know where it is.
If I didn't know where it was, I'd panic.
I stopped pretty quick because I didn't really get the enjoyment I thought I would get out of it.
I've had friends who have used it, and it's a struggle for them.
Find your passion. Find your people. Find your purpose. Find your superior.
At Clyde Ironworks, every bite starts from scratch. Fried ravioli, golden and crisp, onion rings battered fresh and fried to perfection, wood-fired pizza made from dough we craft each morning, beer brewed in-house, steak stone sizzling, pasta tossed fresh to order, warm pretzels, fresh filled cannoli, nothing frozen, nothing fake, just passion, patience, and heat. Clyde Ironworks, where food is made from scratch.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to UWS Women's Basketball here on 91.3 FM and also on Yellow Jacket TV, where it's the pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, as the Yellow Jacket women making their home debut here under new head coach Evelyn Parsons, taking on MSOE in non-conference action. Hello again, everybody. This is Matt Johnson coming to you live from Mertz Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Superior, where the Yellow Jackets coming into this contest at 1-3 overall, taking on an MSOE team that has won 3 of their first 4. Jackets, as I mentioned, 3 losses so far this season with 1 win. And their last time out, the Yellow Jackets dropping a tough game to Hamlin in non-conference action this past Saturday. Final score from Hutton Arena down in St. Paul. Hamlin 56, Yellow Jackets 27. It was one of the lowest scoring outputs for the Yellow Jackets this season. In fact, it was the lowest this season and one of the lowest in school history. Hopefully we won't have a repeat of that here today. In that contest on Saturday, the Yellow Jackets shot just 23.8% and committed 20 turnovers on the way to falling by 29 points. By quarter, UWS scored 8, 6, 4, and 9 points, while the Pipers outscored the Yellow Jackets by 7, 11, 10, and 1 point in each frame on the way to moving to 2-0 on the season. That's a good Hamlin team, by the way. They finished in the upper half of the MIAC last year, so that is not exactly an easy opponent for the Yellow Jackets, but still a tough contest for UWS last Saturday. Hopefully they'll play much better here today. In that game against the Pipers, Hamlin took a 15-8 lead while limiting UWS to 4 of 13 shooting during the first 10 minutes. From there, Hamlin knocked down 11 of their next 26 shots over the next 2 quarters while holding UWS to just 3 of 16 shooting to outscore the Yellow Jackets 17-6 in that second quarter and 14-4 in the third to head into the fourth quarter, heading that 46-18 edge. And from there, it was pretty much just playing it down to see what the final score was going to be in that contest at Hutton Arena down in St. Paul. For the game, UWS made just 10 of 42 shots from the field and were led by Kylie Hewitt, who scored 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting. Elsa Olsen, meanwhile, paced the Yellow Jackets on the boards with a team-high 6 rebounds in that loss to the Pipers. So hopefully, like I said, UWS plays a better game here today against MSOE. The Raiders, meanwhile, coming into this one at 3-1 overall. Hannah Therese is in her 7th season at the helm of the Raider program. They won their 3rd straight on Wednesday night, defeating Lake Forest 63-42 at the Kern Center down in Milwaukee. In that contest, the Raiders jumped on the Foresters early, outscoring Lake Forest 18-8 in the first before expanding their lead to 39-22 at the break with a 21-14 margin in the second 10 minutes. Lake Forest responded in the third, limiting MSOE to just 3 of 15 shooting to outscore the Raiders 12-7 in the quarter and trimmed the deficit to 46-34 hitting in the fourth. But MSOE came right back over the final 10 minutes, limiting the Foresters to just 2 of 9 shooting to outscore Lake Forest 17-8 and win going away by a final margin of 21 points. For the game, MSOE made 38.7% of their shots and had 2 players scoring double figures, led by Helena Hill with a game-high 17 points. She was 6 of 12 shooting. Aaliyah Butterbrot, meanwhile, added 12 points while knocking down 5 of 10 shots in the contest. So the Yellow Jackets, coming off that loss, looking to rebound against an MSOE team that's playing pretty darn good basketball at the moment, and so it should be a pretty sizable challenge for head coach Evelyn Parsons and the Yellow Jackets here today against the Raiders. Speaking of which, with that being the case here, for the Yellow Jackets and the Raiders heading in this contest, we'll take our first break of the pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, and come back with more, including a conversation with Yellow Jacket head coach Evelyn Parsons. That's coming up in a couple minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.
Matt Johnson now joined by Yellow Jacket head coach Evelyn Parsons. I should say new Yellow Jacket head coach Evelyn Parsons, just 3 games in her, I guess 4 games now, in her Yellow Jacket coaching career. First of all, Coach Parsons, thank you for joining me. I feel like it's always a treat when I get a chance to interview a new coach for the first time. So thank you for joining me for the pregame interview. Just want to get your thoughts on the season thus far. I mean, there's so much change for this group from last year, new coaching staff, some new players coming in. Departing players who had a lot of success here. I mean, there's been a lot of change thus far, obviously for yourself, for the players. I just want to get your feelings on how everyone is adjusting to all the changes that have happened and how the first 4 games have gone for you guys.
Yeah, and thank you for having me. Obviously still very early in the season. I think with a group where we have about half of our team, our returners, and half our new players, there's just a lot of growing that we're doing right now. So really every week, seeing a lot of growth in different areas. There's things that we really have focused on over the last week, which I think has been really beneficial just to have a full week to prepare for our next game after having some back-to-back competitions early on. So yeah, definitely excited. I think being able to be in the gym with the team every day has been awesome. They play really hard, compete every day. And so I think just some of the small detail things we've been working on, we'll see a lot of growth over even the next few weeks.
It's been an interesting start because you guys do not have an easy schedule at the start here. I mean, you talked about playing a back-to-back, opened up a St. Kate's. Next day you're playing Carleton, both on the road, both MIAC schools. Then you play a game against St. Scholastica where you guys led for a lot of the game, and then unfortunately you got away from me at the end, and then you played a really good Hamlin team. I mean, it has not been an easy start to the season as far as from a scheduling standpoint.
No, not easy, but I think that's been good for us and will help us down the road just preparing for conference play. Like you said, playing a lot of MIAC schools early and then even going into, as we go forward, some WIAC schools. And I think just having a competitive schedule like that really prepares us for later on in the season to peak at the right time. That doesn't mean it's always easy to lose some close games or be in competitions where you're up against some difficult opponents. But I think it's been good for our team, especially where we are right now. And we've had the experience to see a lot of different things just from a schematic standpoint, different defenses, playing against teams with different strengths. So I think it's been very positive in that standpoint.
I want to talk about kind of your leadership group as well a little bit, because you talked about it's about half, returners, half newcomers this year. 3 players came back that played a lot of minutes last year for a team that went to the NCAA tournament. Mackenzie Lesha, Charlotte Furstel, and of course Elsa Olson, who was a 6th player last year, now a starter this year. I want to talk about their influence on the team so far as well, because they are the most experienced group of players coming back, those 3. Just want to get your feelings on how they have kind of adjusted to that leadership role this year so far.
Yeah, I think they've adjusted very well. I think whenever you kind of move up year to year and you get older, you take on more of a leadership responsibility, and especially for our team being as young as we are, I think they've done a great job just stepping in and having that voice. And I think even setting the tone for our group of what does it look like for a team to be where they need to be, just from a competitive standpoint in practice. We've really tried to empower everybody on our team to find a leadership voice, regardless of what grade you're in, how much you play, what that looks like. I think everybody should have that opportunity. So that's been a big emphasis for us in practice. But to have the experience coming back that we do from that standpoint has been great.
Last question before I let you leave here for game day, because it's always busy, of course, on game day for you guys. Talking about MSOE, the team that you're playing here today. Obviously, it's a squad that we played last year down on the road. Had a nice win against them down there. Now they're coming up here for the first time ever in their program's history to play in Superior against us. Just get a sense on what you have seen from the Raiders on film and what you're expecting from them today.
Yeah, very talented team, experienced team with pretty much their whole main group coming back. Have a lot of respect for their coaching staff. I think they'll be very well prepared. And again, not another easy game, like another opportunity to compete against a really good opponent. And so we're excited for that, especially being our first home game to have that chance. And really today, especially being Youth Day, I think it's cool to have that experience with some kids in the stands, and even talking with the team at shoot around. How can we make sure those people watching, young girls, like what are they going to see from us? What are they going to see from an energy standpoint, from our bench, from our group? How are we going to respond to mistakes? And so very excited to have that opportunity to compete against a very strong opponent that I think will do really well in their league this year.
All right, Coach. Well, I'd say this first interview went pretty well, so congratulations on that. And good luck today against the Raiders, because we'll be talking again soon, I'm sure.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That was Yellow Jacket head coach Evelyn Parsons. I'll be right back with more Yellow Jacket women's basketball right after this on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.
Yay. Back here for our final segment of the pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. We begin the starting lineups for the two teams. We'll lead off with MSOE under head coach Hannah Trees in her 7th season. They will start up this way, starting in the backcourt, 5'8" junior from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Aaliyah Butterbrot. She'll be joined in the backcourt by 5'6" senior from Park Ridge, Illinois, Mahima Choksi. Meanwhile, starting at forward, 6' junior from Noblesville, Indiana, Danny Mendez. Starting at guard, 5'10" junior from Chandler, Arizona, Helena Hill. And starting at a guard/forward spot, 5'11" sophomore from Frankfort, Illinois, Atlanta Curley. So that's your starting five for the Raiders of MSOE. Meanwhile, the Yellow Jackets will line up this way. Starting at guard, 5'7" from Stoughton, Wisconsin, the junior, Maddie Riot. Meanwhile, starting at guard, 5'5" sophomore from Grantsburg, Wisconsin, Megan Schaefer. Starting at forward, 6'3" junior from Plain, Wisconsin, Charlotte Firstel. Starting at guard, 5'7" senior from Somerset, Wisconsin, Mackenzie Lesha. And starting at guard, 5'4" senior from Cottage Grove, Minnesota, Elsa Olson. So those are your starting lineups for the two teams. And with that, we'll bring the pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce to a close. We'll take one more quick break, and then we'll come back with the opening tip of this non-conference contest between the MSOE and the Yellow Jackets. That's coming up in about 2 minutes. So stick around for that. In the meantime, we'll take one more quick break and come back with more right after this. This is Yellow Jacket women's basketball on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. We are back here at the Mertz. The national anthem has been played. Our public address announcer here in Superior, Nick Plant, is in the process of introducing the two teams to the gathering here as the crowd's continuing to file in. By the way, before we get this one underway, we'll remind you that we will have another Yellow Jacket sports broadcast here tonight on this doubleheader day here on this Saturday in November, the week before Thanksgiving, the holiday. Tonight, the Yellow Jacket men's hockey team back on these same airwaves, taking on UW Stevens Point down the road at Westman Arena. 7 p.m. the opening face-off, 6:30 the pregame with John Garver. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and also, of course, on Yellow Jacket TV. Meanwhile, the lights are turned out on me, which means that we're about to meet the Yellow Jackets here in this one. Yellow Jackets coming into this contest, as I mentioned, looking for their second win of the season. A couple of series notes between these two before we get the opening tip. UWS and MSOE have only met twice before, with the Yellow Jackets taking both previous matchups. Two sides last met, as I mentioned, last year, December 23rd, just before the start of the new year at the Kern Center in Milwaukee, with the Yellow Jackets claiming a 56-49 victory. Elise Bessinen led the way for the Yellow Jackets on that occasion with 23 points on 7 of 14 shooting. Mackenzie Lesha added 17 points, while Katie Dobson had 10 more for the Yellow Jackets in that win. MSOE, meanwhile, was led by Mahimi Chakshi with 21 points, while Shelby Glodowski had 12 points off the bench. The only other meeting between the two teams came way back on November 25th of 1995, when the Yellow Jackets defeated the Raiders 85-43 in Milwaukee. Today is the two teams' first ever matchup here in Superior, so this is already making a bit of history here between the two sides. Also, the Yellow Jackets making the home debut and debuting their brand new gold jerseys with black trim. They'll be going from right to left in this opening 20 minutes, while MSOE and the traveling blacks with the red trim will be going from left to right here in this one. Also, a quick reminder, our next broadcast of Yellow Jacket women's basketball, meanwhile, will come up on Tuesday, December 2nd. So after the holiday week here of Thanksgiving, they'll be taking on Viterbo, an NAIA school that the Yellow Jackets actually played last year as well on the road. 7 p.m. will be the opening tip of that one. 6:45 the pregame or thereabouts. That'll be a joint broadcast with yours truly here on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV as well. The Yellow Jackets and the Raiders now have made their way to center court, and we're moments away from getting this one underway. Just awaiting the go-ahead from our center referee here, opening 10 minutes here. Yellow Jackets, as I mentioned, going from right to left here. As the tip is controlled, today's opening tip sponsored by Barker's Island Inn. And we are underway. Thank you for joining us. Yellow Jackets and the Raiders. First home game for UWS here under new coach Evelyn Parsons. And UWS comes out playing player-to-player defense. Here's a jump shot taken by Chokshi right off the bat, and it's going to be a missed shot, front rim and out, and then an over-the-back call on the rebounding action as Megan Schaefer hit the deck. That foul going to be whistled against Danny Mendez, the 6-foot junior from Noblesville, Indiana. And UWS gets a stop on the first possession. Yellow Jackets had a hard time with Hamlin's full-court trap. Light pressure here from the Raiders as the Yellow Jackets come into the front court for the first time. Mackenzie Lesha going right side with the pass for Elsa Olsen. Now Megan Schaefer out on top. This is Maddie Riot, one of the newcomers for UWS. Bounce pass now Charlotte Firstel. Firstel for the Jackets. Schaefer. Megan Schaefer putting the ball on the deck. Now she kicks it for Riot, left side. Maddie Riot getting a step, goes all the way to the rim, flips up a shot, off the rim, no good. Rebound cleared by the Raiders. And now they're coming back the other direction. Chokshi on the top of the key now. Bounce pass for Mendez. Right elbow against Charlotte Firstel. Mendez going right at the 6'3" center for the Yellow Jackets. Flips up a shot. That's no good. Rebound cleared by Firstel. And now the Yellow Jackets in transition. Elsa Olsen crosses the timeline, left side. Olsen going on the wing now for Lesha. Now out on top at Schaefer. Schaefer bounce pass now. Here is Charlotte Firstel. Firstel for the Yellow Jackets. Hands it off. Schaefer. She'll line up a three-point shot. That one's wide to the right. No good. Rebound tracked down near side by Lana Curley. And now Chokshi will bring the Raiders into the front court. Bounce pass on the left side. Helena Hill. Hill now. Handing it off back on the outside. Here's Curley. And a pass down low picked off by Mackenzie Lesha. Jackets off the turnover with Elsa Olsen trying to step through. She lost the handle out, and they're going to call her for an offensive foul. Came in a little too deep, ended up running headlong into the 5'11" sophomore from Frankfort, Illinois. And both teams now with a personal foul. 1 minute, 43 seconds in, no score. Yellow Jackets and the Raiders. just underway in this one. Non-conference contest here. MSOE, members of the NAC conference. As Chokshi comes into the front court. Now pass comes right side for Mendez, looking down low. Now Hill back out on top. Now here's Curley coming off the screen. She'll pop from 15 feet right side. Back rim it out. No good. Rebound collected by Riot. And now it's Mackenzie Lesha for UWS into the front court. Lesha now for Olsen, left side. Out on top now Schaefer. Here's Furstel going down low. Trying to spin. Goes up with the shot. Off the glass. That's no good. Rebound cleared again by the Raiders. And now they're coming back in transition. Chokshi going right side. Now out on top. Hill thought about taking the three and said she passes up on it. And she'll flip a pass now right wing for Lana Curley. Now on the right side, Aaliyah Butterbrot, and we're going to have a whistle. And that'll allow the Yellow Jackets to make a substitution here. Checking in for the Yellow Jackets will be Kylie Hewitt, 5'10" senior from Hurley, Wisconsin. Also checking in for UWS, Azaria Holbert, graduate student transfer from St. Louis, Missouri. And for the Yellow Jackets for the first time as Mendez goes right side, bounce pass in the corner. Now Mendez repositions right side block against Hewitt, kicks it to the corner. Head fake there. Nice move by Curley, comes all the way inside, had her shot partially blocked by Hewitt. Now Hewitt grabs the rebound. Good defense that time by Kylie Hewitt. And we're still scoreless. Nearly 3 minutes into this first quarter here from the Mertz. Here's Holbert now out on top. We'll swing it right side. Mackenzie Lesha now skip pass in the corner. Riot. Maddie Riot getting a step, goes all the way to the rim, flips up a shot, misses the bunny with the right hand. And the rebound cleared now by the Raiders. Now they're in transition. Wide open, getting behind the D, going up and laying it in. With the left hand is going to be Helena Hill. And it's 2-0 in favor of the Raiders. Yellow Jackets have had several good looks, just have not had them go down here so far. Riot's had a couple of good looks specifically. But we are at 2-0 now with 6.5 remaining first quarter, and we're going to have a foul called by the baseline official. They're going to get, it's going to be the foul on Danny Mendez. So that's 2 quick fouls on her. She's going to have to check out. And the Raiders are going to go to the bench. They're going to bring in Shelby Gladowski, the 5'9" sophomore from New London, Wisconsin. 20 seconds to shoot as Elsa Olsen inbounds right baseline. Lobbed a pass to nobody, and it'll go out of play. Schaefer went one way, the pass went the other, and it'll be a turnover on the Yellow Jackets. Different looking Yellow Jacket team here than last year's squad that, of course, won both the UMAC regular season and tournament titles, went to the NCAA tournament for the 5th time in program history. And now going this direction, trying to drive in, get a shot away was Butterbrot, left it off the underside of the basket. Rebound for the Yellow Jackets for Schaefer, and now the Yellow Jackets in the front court with Riot. Riot getting it out on top now, Olsen. Olsen for UWS will back it out. And now we're going to have a pushing foul called. And it's going to be, they're going to call it on Lana Curley. The Yellow Jackets, meanwhile, are going to bring in Abby Johnson, 5'9" freshman from Lake Nebagaman. Checking out will be Riot, and the Yellow Jackets will inbound it. Lob a pass now in for Elsa Olsen, and Olsen for the Yellow Jackets out on top. Now Schaefer coming off the screen, and we're going to have an offensive foul now called on Hewitt. Kira Latvala is going to check in for the Jackets as well here. She'll take out Azaria Holbert. Jackets nearly going 5 minutes without scoring so far. 4 minutes, 8 seconds into the opening quarter. Still just 2-0. Triggering in now is Hill. Chokshi going left side now. So peel it back out. Pass comes now for Hill. Hill going downhill now, gets around Olsen, goes right to the rack and lays it in for 2 with the right hand off the window, She's got all 4 points in the ball game. 4-0 your score in favor of the Raiders. Olsen now left side. Here's Latvala. Kira Latvala for the Yellow Jackets. Abby Johnson, now they'll swing it in the corner. Also Olsen, she'll step back, she'll fire from 20 feet, and she'll get the roll on it. Caught the front rim, but sat there for a second and decided to fall through for the first bucket for the Yellow Jackets. Olsen makes it 4-2. Elena Hill now, giving a pass down low, knocked away by Johnson, out of play. Looking to get it down low for Glodowski. Riot's going to come back in now. She'll take out Megan Schaefer. And we're going to have a trigger in now, right baseline. 20 seconds to shoot. Mahima Chakshi will do the honors here. She lobs it in now over the top. Ellie Cole in for the first time as well for the Raiders as the pass comes right side. Chakshi. Skip pass now for Curley. Here's Curley. Coming through, Cole kicks in the corner now. Chakshi open. She'll fire from three. That's off the back rim. No good. Rebound clear. Collected by UWS's Johnson. And now Elsa Olsen walks UWS across the timeline. Right-hand dribble. Pass comes left side for Riot on the wing. Maddie Riot. Johnson now right side off the pass. Olsen spinning through. It goes up with a shot. That's off the glass. No good. Rebound cleared by the Raiders, and now they're coming back with Chakshi. Pass goes left side for Alana Curley. Curley now for the Raiders. Back out on top for Glodowski. Now Chakshi. Her pass to the corner now finds Ellie Cole. 10 seconds to shoot. Three-point shot is up. Off the rim, no good. Rebound batted out of play. Last touch by Riot. It'll stay with the Raiders here. Firstel's going to come back in, as is Lesha. Emily Troya going to check in, meanwhile, for the Raiders. She'll inbound now, right baseline. 4:01 remaining. First quarter, 4-2 in favor of MSOE. Pass coming inside now, trying to go up was Curley. Left a shot underneath the side of the backboard. No good. Rebound grabbed by the Jackets. And now here's Latvala in on the front court. Also Olsen now for Firstel. Charlotte Firstel for UWS. Handing it off now for Kira Latvala. Latvala's pass to the outside. That's picked off. Ellie Cole off the interception. Jackets struggling offensively again here to start this one. As Troya comes into the front court. Going left side now. Picks up her dribble. Now bounce pass. Comes for Hill, and she'll step through, and we're going to have a blocking foul called against UWS. 3:28 remaining, first quarter. That foul going to be called on the Yellow Jackets. Maddie Riot, that'll be her first. Third team foul on UWS. Raiders have also committed 3 thus far. Inbounds, meanwhile, will be taken. Flipped in now by Troya, right side. Here's Curley. Snapping a pass left side, Hill, who has all 4 points for the Raiders so far. Picks up her dribble. Now we'll hand it off for Ellie Cole. Cole with 10 seconds to shoot. Now Curley, she'll fire from 3. That one's off the front rim, no good. Rebound batted in the hands of Maddie Riot. UWS gets a stop, and now we're going to have a timeout here called 32nd by head coach Evelyn Parsons in the Yellow Jackets. And that'll give us a chance to remind you that if you can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets, tune into Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garver and the Big Sound, that would be me. Throughout the years, we sit down with Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on uwsyellowjackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. UWS has had some good looks here so far, still just the one field goal. Neither team lighting it up offensively, to say the least here. 3:08 remaining, opening quarter. And the UWS basketball here. Lesha will inbound for UWS. Jackets taking the court with Riot, Schaefer, Firstel, and Olsen. So the original starting 5 are out there now for the Jackets. As the inbounds comes now for Elsa Olsen, and Olsen into the front court. Pass comes left side for Riot. Now Lesha putting the ball on the deck. Now Schaefer. Right side now, Elsa Olsen. Olsen with 8 seconds to shoot. Comes off the screen. Now goes all the way. Had the ball stripped away, but we're going to have a foul called on Glodowski, I think. And it'll be 2 free throws for Elsa Olsen. That's the 4th team foul, by the way, against the Raiders, with 2:44 remaining, first quarter. Elsa Olsen In her senior year now from Cottage Grove, Minnesota, knocks down the first free throw. She has all 3 Yellow Jacket points here so far. One more coming. As it came off the bench last year for UWS, helping the Jackets to the NCAA tournament. This year stepping into the starting point guard role. She knocks down both free throws here, and it's tied up 4 apiece as the Raiders into the front court. Here's Troya. Bounce pass right side now. Jump shot is up from Hill. That one spins out, no good. Rebound cleared by UWS's Charlotte Firstel. And now Schaefer for the Yellow Jackets. Megan Schaefer, bounce pass, right side. Finds Elsa Olsen on the wing. Olsen looking down low. Now Lesha out on top. Firstel turns around, faces up. 15-foot jump shots off the front rim, no good. And then reaching over the top. Intimidating the foul is Firstel on the rebounding action. Went over the top of Glodowski, who cleared the board. For Firstel, that'll be her first, 4th team foul. Colleen Claude's going to check in for UWS for the first time, so the Jackets going small ball here. Hewitt back in as well for the Jackets. About to go under 2 minutes remaining, first quarter. Into the front court now. Bounce pass comes right side for Lana Curley. Troya, now Curley again. Putting it on the deck, trying to step through. Goes up with a shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, flips up a shot, misses the putback attempt, but will draw a foul. That'll be the 5th on the Yellow Jackets, and that'll send Lana Curley to the free throw line to shoot 2. Curley just a sophomore. Her first free throw is up and good, and the Raiders retake the lead. 5-4 your score. Very low-scoring quarter here for both sides. Second free throw, also good from Curley. Goes 2 for 2, and it's 6-4. The Raiders by a pair. UWS into the front court now. Schaefer, Lesha, Colleen Claude now into the corner. Riot wasn't expecting the pass. Turnover on UWS. Just the one made field goal for the Jackets in this first quarter, as they now will back it out with the Raiders. 1:30 in counting remaining, opening quarter. Now Curley, left side, trying to lob a pass down low. Picked off on the backside now by Mackenzie Lesha. Well read there by the two-sport athlete, Mackenzie Lesha. And now she gets it for Colleen Claude, who will take her turn running the Yellow Jacket offense. For Lesha on the wing, now out on top, it's Megan Schaefer. Schaefer, here's Kylie Hewitt. Hewitt for the Yellow Jackets with a couple of ball fakes. Now she'll hand it off. Colleen Claude, 10 seconds to shoot for the Yacht Jackets. Maddie Riot putting her head down, goes to the basket, flips up a shot off the glass, no good. Had a couple of good looks there. Now Lesha, Hewitt, as we're under a minute remaining, first quarter. Schaefer out on top. Jackets 1 for 8 from the field. The Raiders so far 2 for 13. 10 seconds to shoot, 43 left in the quarter. Now Riot hitting a step, and there will be another foul called. And that'll send Maddie Riot to the free throw line as the Jackets are into the bonus now. It'll be the 5th foul on the Raiders. It'll be the second call against Curley, so she'll have to check out. This bonus sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power. Clean, reliable, Superior. Superior Water, Light, and Power. As Riot's first free throw, it spins out, no good. One more coming, 39.5 remaining in the first quarter. Second free throw from Riot is good. So she goes 1 for 2. Zaria Hulbert will come back in. She'll take out Riot. 6-5 now your score. Jackets down by 1. Have never led so far here in this quarter, although it's been tight basically from the start. Chokshi now bringing the Raiders in the front court. Handing it off on top for Glodowski. Now Chokshi. Nice pass down low. Getting a step inside. Going up and missing the bunny with the left hand was Hill. Gets her own rebound, however. Now tries to reposition. Goes up and just overpowered Lesha and goes in and lays it in with the right hand. Hill has 6 of the Raiders' 8 points, and MSOE's up by 3. 8-5 now. 8 seconds remaining first quarter, and now Schaefer gets tripped up. And she tried to go to her left. The foul's going to be called on Chokshi. And that will send Schaefer to the free throw line to shoot 2. Schaefer's first free throw rattles in, and it's good. One more coming. Sophomore from Grantsburg, Wisconsin, Megan Schaefer at the line. 7.7 seconds remaining, quarter number one. Second free throw is good from Schaefer, and the Jackets in within one again at 8-7. Now Chokshi off the inbounds, coming in the front court. 4 seconds remaining in the quarter. Kicks it off the corner. Three-point shot is up. Over the top of everything. That one taken by Butterbrot. And we have played 10 minutes as the buzzer sounds. Your score after one, MSOE 8, Yellow Jackets 7. By the way, fans, get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jacket apparel and merchandise store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, shorts, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jacket apparel and merchandise store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. Take a look at these numbers here in the first quarter. Not pretty either way. Jackets 1 for 8 in that quarter. The Raiders 3 for 16. So it's combined 4 for 24 at the start here for the two teams. Raiders 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. Jackets 0 for 1. UWS, though, hanging around by going 5 for 6 from the free throw line, while the Raiders are 2 for 2. Jackets +2 in rebounding at 10-8. Not a lot of second and third chances either. 2 offensive rebounds 10 minutes in for the Raiders, 1 for the Yellow Jackets. Jackets do have 5 turnovers, so that'll be a point of emphasis here in between quarters. Raiders have 2. In terms of individual scoring, Helena Hill leading everybody with 6. Lana Curley has the other 2 for the Raiders here so far. Meanwhile, on the Jacket side of the equation, 4 points for Olsen, 2 points for Megan Schaefer, and 1 for Maddie Riot so far. As we get ready to begin quarter number 2. A reminder, at halftime, we will have our first half summary. A look at the first half stats. We'll also give you our Yellow Jacket sports summary. A look at what else is going on with Yellow Jacket athletics. All that coming up 10 minutes from now. The Jackets will have the basketball first to begin quarter number 2 here. UWS's original starting 5 all out there. As Lesha triggers it in now for Elsa Olsen. Olsen for the Yellow Jackets into the front court. Bounce pass left side, Megan Schaefer. Now Riot out on top. Riot for the Yellow Jackets. Right side now, Elsa Olsen. Olsen for the Yellow Jackets with a ball fake. Steps through. Bounce pass now, Schaefer. She's open. She'll fire from three-point range and knock it down. Megan Schaefer's 3 gives the Yellow Jackets their first lead, 10-8 here with 9.5 remaining, quarter number 2. As Chokshi brings the Raiders into the front court. Jackets switching up into a zone now. 3-point shot far side taken by Ellie Cole. That's no good. Rebound being fought for underneath. Here's Lesha coming out there with it. Now Schaefer. Also Olsen for the Yellow Jackets. Out on top now, Riot. Maddie Riot for the Yellow Jackets will hand it off. Now Schaefer. Picking up her dribble into the corner now, Riot. Now Olsen. Ball fake against Chokshi. 5 seconds to shoot. Jackets are going to have to make a play here. Now outside, Riot. She'll fire from three-point range. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound for Firstel. Charlotte Firstel putting it on the deck. Steps through, goes up, misses the bunny with the right hand. The rebound grabbed out of there by Rachel Vasey, who's in for the first time. And the Raiders in the front court. Now Jackets leading at 10-8. Ellie Cole now out on top. Now here's Helena Hill on the left side against Schaefer. They'll hand it off now out on top. Vasey. 5 seconds to shoot now for the Raiders. Chokshi into the corner. Butterbrot putting on the deck. 1 second. I don't know if they're going to get it off. And they're going to say no. Butterbrot tried to get the shot away with the left hand. Didn't catch any iron with it. Nothing but backboard. And the Yellow Jackets with the shot clock violation defensively. Good job by UWS there. And Lesha will trigger it in now for Schaefer. Schaefer now for Riot into the front court. And now Elsa Olsen out on top. Maddie Riot on the wing. Being guarded by Hill. Takes it on top. Schaefer now looking down low for Firstel. Gives it to her. Firstel now turning with the right hand. Going up. Maybe rust the shot a little bit. Off the glass, no good. Rebound cleared by the Raiders. Now Chokshi. Mahima Chokshi now. Pulls up 15-foot jump shot. That's no good. Rebound bounding around. Purcell able to clear it. Jackets still up by 2. Riot now for Elsa Olsen. Olsen now has Schaefer in the corner. Megan Schaefer outside Olsen. Olsen for the Yellow Jackets looking down low. Putting the ball on the deck, and we're going to have a foul called here on Aaliyah Butterbrot. Got into the back there of Elsa Olsen. Claude's going to check in, as is Kylie Hewitt. Firstel and Schaefer come out. And Riot will inbound far side. 20-second shot clock here for the Jackets. 7 minutes, 15 seconds remaining, second quarter. She'll lob a pass in now out on top. Here is Elsa Olsen. Lesha left side. Now Claude out on top. Colleen Claude. Back for Elsa Olsen. Olsen. Claude with 5 seconds to shoot. Now here's the shot up by Mackenzie Lesha, and we're going to have a foul called again down low. And they're going to get Rachel Vasey on this call. Now a trigger in now right side for the Jackets. Another 20 seconds on the shot clock. Now pass comes down low. Here's Hewitt going right at Vasey. Goes up with a shot. That's no good. Gets her own rebound. Goes up with the right hand. Has a roll off. No good, but she'll draw the foul. And Kylie Hewitt, native of Hurley, Wisconsin, will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 here with 6:48 remaining in quarter number 2. Hewitt to the free throw line now for the Yellow Jackets. Second foul, by the way, on Vasey, so she'll check out. First free throw from Hewitt, long off the back rim, no good. She's got one more coming. Kylie Hewitt's second free throw, also no good, long off the back rim. 2 misses off the back rim from Hewitt. Jackets still only up 10-8. Chokshi now into the front court, going right side. Picking up her dribble. Now goes left side with the pass. Ladowski. Cole in there again for the Raiders as well. Here's Chokshi now going right side on the baseline. Flips up a shot, gets it to go down, and will draw the foul. Strong move by Mahima Chokshi. That foul going to be called on Hewitt. That'll be her second. Johnson and Latvala will come back in. Lesha and Hewitt will check out. In the meantime, Mahima Chokshi trying to give the Raiders the lead back, and she does that by knocking down the free throw. Old-fashioned three-point play makes it 11-10. Here's Elsa Olsen now in the front court. Pass coming right side, Latvala. Now Johnson down low. Jackets will swing it. Now left side, here's Maddie Riot. Riot for the Yellow Jackets. Olsen. Now Latvala, 10 seconds to shoot. Claude picking up her dribble. Her pass to the outside, now picked off by Chokshi. Turnover on the Yellow Jackets. Chokshi coming in. 1-on-2, and now she'll back it back out here for the Raiders. Lobs a pass down low. Going up, missing the bunny with the right hand. Was Gladowski, and it'll go out of play to the Yellow Jackets. Fortunate for the Jackets there, as Abby Johnson got turned around defensively. But Gladowski couldn't finish, and it's still a 1-point game. Schaefer back in for Colleen Claude, and now Megan Schaefer into the front court. Pass right side for Latvala. Now Johnson high post at the right elbow, putting it on the deck. Johnson will kick it now for Latvala. Latvala going up and under, goes up with the shot and lays it in for 2. Nice move by Kira Latvala. She's got her first 2, and the Jackets back up now 12-11 with 5:20 remaining in the half. Chokshi now. Right side. Here's Cole. Ellie Cole. Mahima Chokshi out on top. Going left side. Now skips a pass in the corner. Wide open is Butterbrot. She'll fire from 3 and knock it down. Aaliyah Butterbrot had plenty of time to line that one up. And it's 14-12 now in favor of the Raiders. Olsen in the front court. She steps out on top. She'll try to answer with a long three of her own. That one's well off to the right and no good, and we're going to have a foul called on Schaefer. As Glodowski cleared the rebound. Hulbert, Firstel, and Lesha back in now for the Jackets with 4:43 remaining. First half as the pass comes in for Amima Chokshi. She comes in the front court. Right side, Butterbrot. Chokshi getting inside, goes up with the shot, misses the bunny. Rebound cleared by Firstel. Both teams have missed some in-close chances here in this first half. And Schaefer in the front court. Hulbert now left side. Now Lesha. Now Schaefer. She'll fire from three. That one's off the front rim. No good. And a foul going to be called on Hulbert. Jackets now off that miss. 3 for 16. The Raiders are 5 for 23. A lot of chances at rebounds here in this first half. Jackets in that 2-3 zone look here now. Here's Cole out on top. They'll swing it now. Chokshi looking down low. Now Hill on the baseline. Helena Hill's shot goes up and it's down for two more. Nice move that time by Helena Hill. She has 8 points to lead all scores, and the lead is up to 4. This is the largest it's been here for the Raiders in this first half. Hulbert now left side. Out on top, it's Latvala. Left elbow. Firstel. Now Latvala stepping through, going up with a shot. That's no good, and we're going to have a foul on the rebound called here against Latvala. Claude's going to come back in. She'll take out Latvala here. And we'll have an inbounds now. Hill in for Chokshi, who will bring the Raiders into the front court. Pass coming right side now. Here's Ellie Cole. Cole coming off the screen. Now we'll flip it for Chokshi. Gets a step on the baseline. Goes up with a short jump shot. That one's off the back rim. No good. Rebound for Charlotte Firstel. He's had a lot of boards here so far in the first half as Colleen Claude now leads the Yellow Jackets into the front court. Claude for pass the outside. That's picked off by Chokshi. 2-on-1 break the other way. Now Chokshi will back it out. As she had her pass intended for Aaliyah Butterbrot, knocked down by Claude. Now 3-point shots up from Hill. That's off the back rim, no good. Rebound on the deck. People fighting for it. Finally, Megan Schaefer comes out there with it for the Yellow Jackets, and now she's into the front court. Now Claude, right side. High post now, Charlotte Firstel. Backdoor cut now. Here's Mackenzie Lesha stepping through. She misses the bunny. Rebound, though, comes for Claude. Now she misses the bunny uncontested. Turns around, fires away again. Another miss for the Jackets. Claude a third time. Still has it. Now she's going to be called for traveling. Jackets had 2 wide open layups that they both missed. Lesha missing the first one. Claude missing the second one. Holy cow. Got to find a way to make those shots in there, ladies. 16-12 your score, 2:15 left now as the Raiders back to the direction with Troya. Right side now, Hill. Putting it on the deck. Flipping up a shot, that's off the glass, no good. Rebound cleared by Mackenzie Lesha. Olsen back in for UWS, and she'll slow it down as she comes into the front court. Colleen Claude now for the Yellow Jackets. In the corner now, Elsa Olsen. Looking down low. Now Firstel spins away and falls away from about 10 feet and knocks down her first 2 points. Soft touch from Firstel makes it 16-14. 1 minute, 35 seconds away from halftime. Emily Troya into the front court. Now they lob a pass down low. Looking for Shelby Glodowski, and there's going to be a foul on the Yellow Jackets on the lob pass to the right block. I'm going to call it on Megan Schaefer. That's her second. 5th team foul on the Yellow Jackets as Johnson will come back in, so will Riot. And Gladowski will shoot 2 here with 90 seconds remaining, first half. Gladowski's first free throw is long off the back rim, no good. She's got one more coming. A lot of missed shots here so far. Combined 10 for 48 here so far between the two teams. Second free throw for Gladowski rattles home. She goes 1 for 2. And the lead is 3 now for the Raiders at 17-14. 1:28 remaining, first half. Lesha for the Yellow Jackets going left side off the pass. Here's Abby Johnson. Handing it off now Olsen. Now Claude, bounce pass for Johnson at the left elbow. Now Riot. She'll hook a pass outside now for Lesha. Now Olsen trying to step through, goes up. Strong move by Elsa Olsen going up off the glass for 2. She's got 6 points to lead the Jackets, and it's 17-16. As we go under a minute remaining first half, here's Troya in the front court. On the left side now, Helena Hill. She'll hand it off. Maggie Lewandowski's in for the first time for MSOE, and she flips a pass now to the opposite corner for Butterbrot. 10 seconds to shoot, 42 remaining in the half. Here's Hill. Hill stepping behind the screen, goes up for 3. That one halfway down, pops out, rebound Gladowski. Got position against Mackenzie Lesha, grabbed the board, tried to spin to the basket, had it knocked away, but the foul will be called on Lesha. That'll be her second. And Gladowski will go back to the free throw line here with 33.3 remaining. Lesha will check out. Azaria Holbert's back in for UWS. Gladowski at the line. Her first free throw is up and no good. Spins out. She's 1 for 3 from the stripe. One more coming. 3.3 second difference between shot and game clock here. Second one up, and that one is good. Gladowski has 2 points. She's 2 for 4 from the stripe. 18-16 your score, and the Jackets now see how they want to play this. First thing they got to do is get across the timeline, and there it is. Pass comes in the hands of Abby Johnson. Johnson in the corner now, Holbert. Azaria Holbert going through the lane, flips up a shot and lays it in for 2. Azaria Holbert makes it 18 apiece, and now the Raiders can play for 1. Here's Troya in the front court. 5 seconds remaining first half. Troya kicking it out on top. Gladowski now stepping through. Flips a pass to the corner. That's going to be out of play, and it'll be Yellow Jacket basketball, but just 0.5 seconds remaining first half. Riot will inbound. Raiders going to pick up full court. Riot's pass comes in for Holbert, and that'll be the end of the second quarter as the buzzer sounds. We played 20 minutes in this home debut for the Yellow Jackets and MSOE, and nothing is settled here. Not a lot of scoring, but we have a competitive ball game at the half. Your score, Yellow Jackets 18, MSOE 18. We'll take a quick break and come back with our halftime programming sponsored by Howland Incorporated. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz as we jump into our halftime programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, finds UWS and MSOE deadlocked in a defensive struggle, to say the least. Your score at the break, Yellow Jackets 18, MSOE 18. Not a lot of offense in that first half. No question about that. MSOE in a very low-scoring first quarter edged the Yellow Jackets 8-7. And then the second quarter, the Yellow Jackets with an 11-10 advantage over the Raiders to make it this 18-18 score at the break. As we look at the numbers for the two teams, combined 12 for 53 from the field. 12 for 51. Need to update my math here. 12 for 51 shooting in that first 20 minutes between the two teams. Both teams with 6 made field goals. The Raiders going 6 out of 28 from the field for 21.4%. UWS, meanwhile, coming back with 6 out of 23 for 26.1%. Raiders were 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. The Jackets were 1 for 5. Both teams with 5 made free throws. The Raiders going 5 for 7. The Jackets 5 for 8. UWS does have an advantage in rebounding so far. There certainly has been plenty of opportunities to work on. One story that we will keep an eye on, however, is the foul situation. A lot of whistles in that first half. A total of 20 fouls were called in the opening half. 11 of them against the Yellow Jackets, 9 against the Raiders. UWS so far, in terms of players in foul trouble, Jackets have 3 players with 2 fouls so far. Mackenzie Lesha has 2 for the Jackets. Megan Schaefer has 2, as does Kylie Hewitt, so we'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, for MSOE, they have 2 players, check that, 3 players as well with 2 fouls each. Danny Mendez, who got called on her 2 fouls very early in the contest, only played 4 minutes, has 2. Lana Curley has 2, as does Rachel Vasey here for Milwaukee School of Engineering. So that's your story here, halfway home in this one. 18-18 your score. We'll take another quick break and then come back with our Yellow Jacket sports summary, and I'll look at what else is going on with Yellow Jacket athletics. All that coming up in a couple of minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. We're back here at the Mertz, about 7 minutes away from the start of the second half of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Raiders. And with that time, we'll give you our Yellow Jackets sports summary here as we look at what other winter teams are doing right now in this athletic season of 2025-26. Men's basketball now at 0-4 on the season, unfortunately. They dropped their 4th game of the season last Saturday, falling to Co. by the final score of 73-69 on their final game at the Gabe Miller Classic in Platteville in their last contest. In that game, the Yellow Jackets got off to a hot start, shooting 56.7% in the opening 20 minutes to take a 41-35 lead into the break, but the Co-Hawks came back in the second half limiting UWS to just 9 made field goals after halftime to outscore UWS 38-28 and win by 4. For the game, the Yellow Jackets shot 48.1% and were led by Andrew Beers with 12 points on 3 of 5 shooting. Caden Lecce, meanwhile, for the Yellow Jackets had 11 points, while Rocco Paulson and Evan Bennett each had 10 for UWS in that loss. Their next in action is coming Tuesday, the 25th. They'll be taking on Wisconsin Lutheran on the road, 6 p.m. at the opening tip there. Their next be at home Saturday, November 29th versus Loris. That'll be a 1 p.m. opening tip. 12:45 the pregame. That'll be a Yellow Jacket TV broadcast only. Meanwhile, their next radio broadcast for Coach Greg Polakowski and company will come up on Saturday, December 6th against St. Norbert right here at the Mertz. 3 p.m. at the opening tip, 2:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. Meanwhile, men's hockey now at 3-2-1 overall, 0-1 and 0 in the WIAC. They dropped their conference opener last night following the UW Eau Claire 4-0 at Hobbs Ice Arena in Eau Claire. In that contest, the Blue Golds scored single goals in the first and second periods before adding 2 more in the third to shut out the Yellow Jackets. For the game, Eau Claire holding a 30-20 edge in shots on goal. Jan Skorpik went all the way in goal for the Jackets, making 26 saves to take the loss. They'll next be in action later on tonight. Game 2 of our doubleheader here on 91.3 FM as they take on UW Stevens Point down the road at Westman Arena. 7 p.m. the opening faceoff against the Pointers. 6:30 the pregame with John Garver. Again, that'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. And last but not least, women's hockey at 1-3 overall, 1-0 in the WIAC. They picked up their first win of the season last night, scoring once in the second and twice in the third to Don Beloit. 3-0 at Woodman Center down in Janesville. So congratulations to Coach Bree Simon and company in picking up their first win of the campaign. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets got goals from Emma Kligora, Aspen Lukaszek, and also Stacy Steiner, while holding a 35-11 edge in shots on goal. Maddie Wastrel went all the way in goal for the Yellow Jackets, making 11 saves to pick up her first career win in goal for the Yellow Jackets. They're actually playing as we speak at UW Stevens Point. 2 p.m. was the opening faceoff from KB Willett Arena down in Stevens Point. They'll next be on the air, by the way, for the first time on 91.3 FM. That'll be this coming Tuesday, November 25th, taking on St. Scholastica at Westman Arena. 7 p.m. the opening faceoff, 6:45 the pregame. That will be also a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. So that's the Yellow Jacket Sports Summary here as we continue with our halftime programming sponsored by Howland Incorporated. In fact, we'll take one more quick break, and then we'll return here to the Mertz for the start of the third quarter of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Raiders. That's coming up in about 2.5 minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Women's Basketball here on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Quick reminder, by the way, our next Yellow Jacket women's basketball broadcast, but before we begin this third quarter, will come up on Tuesday, December 2nd, when they take on Viterbo here in a IA opponent. Viterbo coming up to take on the Yellow Jackets in non-conference action, of course. 7 p.m. the opening tip right here at the Mirror. 6:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast with yours truly on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. We also will give you a quick update on the scheduling that's coming up here before we begin this third quarter. We talked about men's hockey tonight, taking on UW Stevens Point on Tuesday, the 25th. So this coming Tuesday, women's hockey will hit the airwaves, as I mentioned as well, for the first time, taking on St. Scholastica, 91.3 FM KUWS and Yellow Jacket TV, the joint broadcast there. First time the Yellow Jacket women's hockey team will be on the radio here in the 2025-26 campaign. Then the following Friday, November 28th, men's hockey versus Dubuque. That'll be as part of the Superior Showdowns, presented by Subway. 7 p.m. the opening face-off for Coach Rich McKenna and company against Dubuque. 6:30 the pregame. Another joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and Yellow Jacket TV. And the following Saturday, men's hockey will take on either St. Scholastica or Lawrence at either 3 or 7 p.m. Either one of those times, it'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and Yellow Jacket TV. That'll be as part of the Superior Showdown presented by Subway. And then on Tuesday, the 2nd, women's basketball, as I mentioned, taking on Viterbo. 7 p.m. there, 6:45 the pregame. Another joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and Yellow Jacket TV. So that's what's coming up as far as radio broadcasts here over the coming week or so. In the meantime, the second half is underway. Raiders in possession of the basketball. This is Aaliyah Butterbrot now on the left side. She'll kick a pass out on top now for Mahima Chokshi. Chokshi with 10 seconds to shoot. She'll pull up from three-point range and rally it home. Got around Maddie Riyad on the screen and was able to knock it down top of the arc, and the Raiders score first, and they now lead at 21-18 as UWS in the front court with Megan Schaefer. Schaefer will hand it off now. Here is UWS's Elsa Olsen. Riyad out on top now for the Yellow Jackets. She'll swing it right side for Lesha. Mackenzie Lesha now going left side. Here's Schaefer. Schaefer now for Olsen. Charlotte Furstel comes to shut the screen. Olsen now 15-foot jump shot from the right side, and she'll knock it down. Soft touch there from Elsa Olsen. She now has 8 points, and the Jackets are down by 1, 21-20, as we go under 9 minutes remaining, third quarter. Chokshi in the front court, now hands it off for Elena Hill. Elena Hill now goes left side. Chokshi on the baseline, gets cut off. Now Hill picking up her dribble. Flips a pass out on top. Being on the deck now is Curley. Now she'll fire away from three-point range, and she'll knock one down. Lana Curley going behind the screen. Back-to-back threes now by the Raiders, and they're up by 4, 24-20. Schaefer into the front court. Now pass comes left side. Now pass comes for Charlotte Furstel. Now back out on top, Maddie Riyad. Riyad will give it off. Here's Schaefer. Now she'll try a 15-foot jump shot way wide to the right. Off the miss is Chokshi, and now the Raiders back and running back to their direction. Lob pass coming inside, picked off by Riyad. Maddie Riyad now back to their direction, 2-on-1 if she hurries. Bounce pass comes inside now. Schaefer trying to go up with the shot. Can't get it up, but we're going to have a foul called on Chokshi. It'll be 2 free throws now for Megan Schaefer. For Chokshi, that'll be her second. First foul of the second half. And of this third quarter, as Kylie Hewitt comes back in the ballgame, she'll take out Furstel. And Schaefer, who is 2 for 2 from the stripe, will go to the line. She had 5 points in the first half for the Yellow Jackets. Raiders up by 4 at 24-20. And I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. Oh, now I see what we're waiting on. Lana Curley had to adjust her footwear. Now Schaefer at the line. Her first free throw is up and good. Megan Schaefer now has 6 points. She's the all-time leading scorer in Grantsburg High School women's basketball history. She's got one more coming. 24-21. Still 24-21 as the passes, or the shot, is off the front of the rim, and now a foul going to be called on Riyad on the rebounding action. Got a shove into the back of Ellie Cole. And there'll be a trigger in now for the Raiders, leading at 24-21. Chokshi now into the front court. Here's Hill coming off the screen. Going at Hewitt, who has 2 fouls. Cole Pass inside, picked off Mackenzie Lesha. A couple of times now, Lesha's been able to jump the passing lanes and get that steal. Hasn't scored in the game yet. Now she hands it off in the front court for Elsa Olsen. Schaefer on the left side. Now here's Riot. Riot getting a step, goes all the way to the rim, flips up a shot, gets it to go down for two, and draws the foul. Nice move by Maddie Riot. And she's going to draw a foul as she made her move toward the basket there. Foul's going to be called on Lana Curley. Saw Riot make that move a couple times, did everything but finish in the first half. Got inside, finished that time, and drew the foul. And now Riot at the line trying to even up the game, and she does so by knocking down the free throw. Nice soft touch from the transfer from UMD. And we're tied up 24 apiece. Jackets now picking up three-quarter court. Raiders able to break it. Here's Hill going on the baseline. Bounce pass inside for Mendez, and we're going to have a reach-in foul called on Riot. I think it's going to be on Maddie Riot, and it is. That'll be her third, so Olsen will come in. She'll take out Riot. And we'll have a trigger in now left baseline. Chakshi will do the honors here. Meanwhile, Gladowski comes back in. She'll take out Curley, who also has 3 fouls, and we'll have a trigger in now. Chakshi left baseline, 20 seconds to shoot. Pass comes inside, going up and laying it in is going to be Hill. That was way too easy. All she had to do was go down to the left side block. Jackets didn't respond, and Hill laid it in, and she's the first player in double figures for either team with 10. And the Raiders retake the lead, 26-24. Azaria Holbert is back in for UWS, as well as Hewitt. And now we're going to have an offensive foul called on Hewitt. Then set her feet. Set an illegal screen right near the free throw line. And that's going to bring Charlotte Furstel back into the contest. She'll take out Mackenzie Lesha. Going to leave Hewitt in apparently with the 3 fouls. Chakshi now bringing the Raiders in the front court. Pass comes left side for Gladowski. Gladowski trying to step down the middle. Lost the handle, now goes up and under, flips up a shot and gets it to go down for 2. The Raiders now up by 4, 28-24. Nice head fake that time by Gladowski. And it's a 4-point lead now for MSOE. Olsen in the front court, Holbert on the left. Zaria Holbert now trying to step through, lost the handle on it. Now Schaefer. Pass for Hewitt, trying to step through. Hewitt goes up with the shot, off the glass, and gets it to go down with the left hand for 2. Kylie Hewitt gets her first bucket. 28-26, now a long lead pass for Cole. And then her pass for Chakshi, off of her hands, turnover. Now Schaefer coming back 1-on-2. Schaefer coming all the way inside, ready to go for the shot, and she'll draw the foul here, and Gladowski doesn't like the call. But Schaefer will go to the free throw line here with 6:09 remaining third quarter. Both teams picking it up offensively here. Hard to imagine that it would have been a second half like we had the first half where there were just so many missed shots. Schaefer's first free throw is up and no good. Wide to the left. Just a couple of free throws now. She's 3 for 5 from the stripe. Looking for her 7th point here. Second free throw is good. Schaefer now 4 for 6 from the line. It now is 28-27. The Raiders up by 1. Here's Chakshi now coming into the front court. Pass to the right side. Gladowski going back for Chakshi. Chakshi now will hand it off. Here's Cole. Mendez. Now Hill. She'll line up a 3-point shot and she'll knock it down. She now has 13 points, has a couple of threes here in the quarter, and the lead back up to 4. Pass comes right side now. Here's Hulbert going right at Hill, and we're going to have a foul called on Helena Hill. Hulbert getting a step on the baseline. Lesher's going to come back in now. She'll take out Hulbert. That's the 4th foul, by the way, on the Raiders. So on the next one, the Jackets will be in the bonus. Olsen's inbound now finds Hewitt. Now Schaefer. Furstel. Now Lesha. Lesha into the corner now. Hewitt going on the baseline, and she's going to be called for an offensive foul. Just put her head down, didn't look up, and barreled right into Shelby Gladowski, who came down defensively. That's her 4th personal. She'll check out now as Colleen Claude's going to come back in. So the Raiders up by 4, look to build on it now off the turnover. Both teams with 4 fouls now. And Shakshi into the front court. Goes left side, try to snap a pass down low for Gladowski. Instead, it'll be kicked out of play by UWS. It'll stay with the Raiders. 5:06 left, third quarter, 19 seconds to shoot. Shakshi inbounding it. Now here's Hill. Right side, Cole. Now Mendez against Firstel. Trying to go up for the shot. She'll draw the foul, and Danny Mendez now will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. 15 foul on the Jackets, 2nd against Firstel. And Mendez going to the line now to shoot a pair. Didn't see much of her in the first half. She only played 4 minutes, picked up 2 quick fouls. So she's looking for her first points here. First free throw is up and good. 5-point lead now for the Raiders. It's their largest of the ball game, looking to make it 6 here. Second free throw also good. Half dozen point lead now for MSOE, 33-27. The Jackets triggered in now. Olsen brings UWS in the front court. Bounce pass right side now for Claude. Claude, skip pass now, finds Megan Schaefer left wing. On top now, Mackenzie Lesha. Firstel comes to set the screen. Lesha. Pass down low now. Schaefer, 3 seconds to shoot. Somebody's going to have to take a look at here. High arcing 3 now taken by Olsen, and it's good. As the shot clock expired, falling backwards, Elsa Olsen just lobbing up the three-pointer and gets it to go down. She now has 11. That's quite the shot. 33-30. Now coming back the other direction, going in and scoring 2. And adding a foul is going to be Mahima Chakshmi. She got the step on the right side, went right at the Yellow Jackets. We're a little bit late getting back. The foul going to be called on UWS's Schaefer. Now Firstel will check out. Riyadh comes back in. 35-30 now your score with 4:16 remaining, third quarter. Shakshi's free throw is good. She's got 9. It's now 36-30. Olsen for the Yellow Jackets into the front court. Olsen putting it on the deck. Going to the rim. Flips up a shot. That's off the glass. No good. Rebound cleared by Cole. Now Chakshi into the front court. She'll go right side. Gladowski. Cole. Left side. Now here's Hill. Chakshi, she'll fire from 3. Off the back rim, no good. Chasing down the rebound, though, is Hill, and we're going to have her step on the sideline, apparently. So dead ball turnover to the Yellow Jackets now, and looks like we will have a 30-second timeout here called by Evelyn Parsons and company. And we have a conversation now. Hannah Trees is down talking to the official. By the way, the Raiders in this third quarter now 6 for 7 from the field. And 3 for 4 from three-point range. They're just not missing any shots. The Yellow Jackets 4 for 6. So both teams shooting the ball a bit better here. With the Raiders 13 points now for Hill. She's 6 for 12 from the field. Shakshi now has 9 points on 3 for 9 shooting. Meanwhile, for the Jackets, Olsen with 11 on 4 for 7 shooting. As we come out of timeout, it will be Yellow Jacket basketball here. UWS going to have to figure out a way to get some stops here. So far in this quarter, it's an 18-12 margin in favor of the Raiders. Lesha will inbound here. pass in now. Here's Elsa Olsen. Olsen for UWS into the front court. Lesha on the left side. Here's Abby Johnson. Johnson going left side now. Olsen trying to step through, had the ball knocked away, and it'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. Goes over the baseline. Last touch by Mahima Chakshi. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball. 9 seconds to shoot. Riyadh will inbound. And we're going to have an offensive foul called on the Jackets. It's going to be called on the illegal screen against Abby Johnson. It's about the third or fourth offensive foul on a pick we've seen by the Yellow Jackets, just not setting their feet. And that's her fourth now. Raiders still leading by half a dozen into the front court. Left side now. Here's Chakshi going down low, and now a foul going to be called on Riyadh. The Jackets are all getting into all kinds of foul trouble here. That's the fourth on Riyadh. And 2 free throws now coming up. Actually, I guess that's Riyadh's first. I thought she had more than that. Actually, yeah, I was about to say that's her fourth. Put it up on the board there. Now Gladowski at the free throw line. Knocks down the first one. It's 37-30. One more coming. Second free throw off the back rim, no good. Rebound grab by Schaefer. Megan Schaefer in the front court. We go into 3 minutes left, third quarter. Now bounce pass for Johnson, playing on the 4 fouls, top of the key. Beckett swing it now on the left side. Now Johnson trying to get a return pass. Good defense. Tie up. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets here. By the way, checking in for the Jackets for the first time, Addison Allard. 5'5" freshman from Otsego, Minnesota. Lesha now triggering in. Here's Firstel. Lesha now in the return pass from Elsa Olsen on the baseline. We're going to have a foul called on Hill. For Helena Hill, that'll be her second 15 foul on the Raiders, and that'll send Lesha to the free throw line. As the Jackets into the Superior Water, Light, and Power clean, reliable, Superior bonus here with 2:37 remaining third quarter. Lesha's first free throw is good. It's her first point of the ball game. 37-31 your score. One more coming now for Lesha. Her second free throw also good. Lesha 2 for 2 on that trip. 37-32 your score. Chakshi now in the front court, getting a step, going all the way to the rim, flips up a shot off the glass for 2. The Jackets just slow in responding. Went right down the right side of the lane and just laid it in. She's got 11 now, and it's 39-32. Allard now giving it out on top as Azaria Holbert's back in there, excuse me. Now Schaefer. Pass to the outside now for Holbert. 5 seconds to shoot. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Firstel goes up with a shot as the shot clock expires, and it'll be a shot clock violation against the Jackets as Holbert will check out. Allard will also check out. Schaefer back in there. Kira Latvala also returns for UWS. 1:55 remaining, third quarter. Gladowski in for Chakshi now, who's into the front court. Gladowski on the left side now, picking up her dribble, hands it off now, Ellie Cole. Cole's pass to the outside, picked off by Lesha. Lesha now coming in on a partial break, goes up, misses the layup with the left hand, and then commits the foul. Boy, golden opportunity to miss there. Lesha had the steal, came in, lost her footing a little bit, it looked like, as she tried to make a jump stop, then missed the layup with the left hand. And the foul was then called on Elsa Olsen, as it turns out. And here's Chakshi now at the line to shoot 2. 1:34 remaining, third quarter. First free throw is up and good. Raiders have scored 22 points in this quarter. And they're 7 for 8 from the field. Knocks down the second one as well. It's now a 10-point, make a 9-point lead. 41-32. UWS now against some full court pressure as Butterbrot's back in there now for the Raiders. And Olsen comes across the timeline on the right-hand dribble. Pass comes out on top now. Here's Megan Schaefer. Schaefer. Olsen. She'll pop a 17-foot jump shot and knock it down. Elsa Olsen with the jumper. She has 13 now, 41-34. Now it's Emily Troya who checked in a moment ago into the front court for MSOE. And we're going to have a jump ball call now as Lesha ties up Troya, but it'll stay with the Raiders here. 56.9 seconds remaining, third quarter. Think about the Raiders' offense humming here in this third quarter. The Jackets not bad themselves, 5 for 9 from the field. They have 16 points in the frame. Also made a 3 and 5 for 7 from the stripe, but the Raiders have been just so efficient offensively. And it continues as the pass comes inside. Mendez goes up. They're now 8 for 9 in the quarter. Jackets just aren't getting stops. Back up to a 9-point lead. Mendez now has 4. Quick pass inside. She just turned to the middle and laid it off the glass for 2. Now Olsen for the Yellow Jackets in the corner now. Latvala. And the ball on the deck against Cole. Steps through, goes up, and she'll lay it in for 2 more. 43-36. Teams trading buckets at the moment. Now Lesha. And she'll commit the foul. That'll be her third as Kylie Hewitt, who has 4 fouls, pops up from the Yellow Jacket bench and reports to the scorer's table. She's going to come in. And she'll replace Charlotte Firstel. Cole at the free throw line now to shoot 2. Fouls being to really pile up here in this one. Cole's first free throw is up and good. Jackets now have committed 21 fouls. The Raiders so far have committed 14. So 35 total fouls here so far. And the second free throw is good. Another timeout going to be called here by UWS. The Jackets, like I said, just not getting any stops here. The Raiders so far here, 8 for 9 from the field. 7 for 8 from the free throw line and 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Other than that, they really have struggled offensively. Wink, wink. They're now 14 for 37 as a team are the Raiders. Jackets, meanwhile, 12 out of 33. 13 points for Hill, 13 for Chokshi. 13 also for Elsa Olsen for UWS. Jackets still holding the edge and rebounding, but doesn't help if you don't force any misses, and the Yellow Jackets haven't done that here in this quarter. Shot clock off, 25.5 seconds remaining in the frame as Lesha triggers it in now for Schaefer. Right side now, Lapala looking down low. Here's Hewitt. And we're going to have another foul called. Foul number 36 in the game is going to be called on the Raiders' Ellie Cole. That'll be her first. Lesha to the free throw line to shoot 2. Her first free throw is no good. Spins out. She's now 2 for 3 from the stripe is Mackenzie Lesha. She's got one more coming. Second free throw for Lesha. Rims around but drops. 45-37. Pass in for Chokshi. Chokshi now in the front court. She'll pull up right side, goes up. That one spins out, no good. Rebound knocked out of play. And it'll be Yellow Jacket basketball here. Just the second miss of the quarter for the Raiders. 6.1 seconds remaining. In the frame. Lesha will trigger it in. For Schaefer. 4 seconds. 3, 2 seconds, 1 second. Lesha will give it a ride from long distance, and she knocks it down. 35, 40 feet away. Lesha goes up, knocks down the triple. She's got 6 points. The Jackets come within 5, and we'll see if that gives them a boost heading to the fourth quarter. Lesha just flipping that one up in the air as time expired. And that adds a whole new dimension, I should say, to the proceedings here heading in these final 10 minutes. That's kind of an amazing quarter, really, when you think about it. Score at the half was 18 apiece, and that quarter alone, it was 27-22. Add it all up, and it's 45-40 here heading into the fourth quarter. Raiders were 8 for 10 in that quarter. Jackets were 7 for 11 in that quarter. 6 for 9 from the stripe and 2 for 2 from three-point range for the Yellow Jackets. They did commit 10 personal fouls in that frame, though. So a lot of whistles. Lesha with that make, by the way, now up to 6 points. She does have 4 steals in the ball game, which is an area that Mackenzie Lesha takes very, very seriously. It's one of the things that she'll talk to you about if you ask her. Loves getting steals in ball games. As we come out to start this fourth quarter, it should be Yellow Jacket basketball here. Jackets will begin the quarter with Lesha, Schaefer, Olsen, Riot, and Hewitt. Meanwhile, the Raiders will begin the quarter with Chokshi, Cole, Curley, Hill, and Mendez. Again, this fourth quarter, here's Riot taking a pass down low. Now she goes up with a short jumper, leaves it wide to the left, and it'll be knocked out of play. They're going to say the Raiders got a hand on it. It'll stay with UWS. They'll have 19 seconds to shoot, 9:48 remaining, fourth quarter. Raiders leading at 45-40. Riot will inbound now left baseline. Looking for an outlet. Having a hard time getting it in. Now she lobs it in out on top for Schaefer. Schaefer now for Riot. Maddie Riot. She'll back it out. 10 seconds to shoot. Left side now, here's Lesha. At that running three-pointer as the third quarter expired. Now the pass comes inside. Here's Hewitt going up with the right hand and getting it to go down for 2. Kylie Hewitt makes it 45-42. Jackets within 3. Chokshi now in the front court. Going left side, right to the rim. Now kicks it outside. Cole, she'll fire from three-point range. That's off the back rim. Rebound to the far side. Tracked down by Elsa Olsen. Olsen now for the Yellow Jackets coming back to their direction. Riot. Now Schaefer. Bounce pass now Hewitt. Kylie Hewitt, now Lesha. Thought about taking the 3, instead she puts it on the deck. Now she spins away. Now she will fire from three-point range. That one's off the back rim. Rebound grab by Hewitt, goes up with the shot. No good. Another rebound, this time for Schaefer. That's no good. Another chance at it for Riot, and this time she'll be tied up as she tried to go up. Jackets had 3 looks at it. Couldn't get any of them to fall, and it remains 45-42 as Latvala comes back in. Raiders still up by 3. As Hill triggers it in now, here's Chokshi coming into the front court. Mahima Chokshi going left side, kicks it out. Another three-point look, wide open this time. Cole, her three-point shot no good. Mendez on the rebound. Now they'll swing it. Hill's open. Her three-point shot partially blocked by Riot. And the loose ball picked up by Schaefer. Schaefer for the Jackets in the front court. Pass comes right side for Latvala. Riot now out on top. Bounce pass now. Here's Hewitt. Kylie Hewitt. Schaefer. She'll fire up from three-point range, and she'll knock it down. Megan Schaefer with the triple, and we're tied up 45 apiece. 9 straight for UWS. After the Raiders led at 45-36, late stages third quarter. Now Chokshi. Hill puts it on the deck. Now she steps to the elbow, goes up for the jump shot and knocks it down. Nice move by Helena Hill. And a 30-second timeout going to be called now by head coach Hannah Trees of MSOE. 47-45 with 7:54 remaining. That'll leave MSOE with 4. The Jackets have 2 timeouts remaining. But the second half shooting has been really good both ways. Jackets so far 9 for 17 here in the second half. Or in the second half, yeah, that's correct. Making sure I'm looking at the right numbers here. Meanwhile, MSOE now 9 for 14 in the second half. UWS basketball here. 7:54 remaining. 2-point ball game. It's been a tight ball game for the most part throughout. Hasn't always been the prettiest basketball. Jackets fell down by 9 at the later stages of the third, then came back with 9 straight, and then Helena Hill just a moment ago made it 47-45. She's got a game-high 15. And now the timeout, the Jackets trying to respond, coming in the front court. Riot. Firstel. Not sure what happened there. I think she was looking for Schaefer to cut. Bounce it right into the hands of Mahima Chokshi for a Yellow Jacket turnover. And now Chokshi will go right side. Now Hill looking down low. Now out on top, Hurley. She'll fire from three-point range, and it's good. Three-point shooting has been spot on here for the Raiders in the second half. They only missed a couple. Back up to a 5-point lead, 50-45 in favor of MSOE. Riyadh out on top. Bounce pass now. Here's Charlotte Firstel. Free throw line extended. Goes left side off the pass. Here's Latvala. Kira Latvala with the runner right down the lane off the glass for 2. 50-47. 6:50 and counting remaining. Fourth quarter. Here's Chokshi in the front court. Spinning. Hill. Curley. High arcing three from Curley. That one may be a little over aggressive. Short out the front run. Rebound grabbed, by Firstel. And UWS in the front court now. Here's Schaefer. Left side, Maddie Riot. Riot now. Latvala. Looking down low. On pass for Schaefer. Schaefer stepping inside, goes up for the shot and gets it to go down for 2. In the lane area, short jump shot for Schaefer. She has 12, 50-49 now your tally. Chokshi now. Bounce pass on the right side. Ladowski now going right at Firstel, kicks it in the corner, wide open. 3-point shot is up, and it's good. 3 points have been there all second half here from beyond the arc for the Raiders. 53-49. Now Hill has 18. Riyadh out on top. Firstel now. Lesha. Lesha now trying to go down low with the pass. Had it knocked away. Comes right back though for Lesha. Now Firstel down low. Goes up with the shot with the left hand and gets it to go down for 2. Charlotte Firstel. She has 4 points. 53-51. The two teams trading buckets. Raiders, by the way, as here's a jump shot up by Chokshi. She knocks it down again. UWS not getting stops now, and it's 55-51 as the two teams go back and forth. Raiders now in the second half, counting that jump shot, are now 12 for 18 in the half. And from three-point range, they're 5 for 10. Jackets, meanwhile, here in the second half are 12 for 20 and 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. So both teams have really picked it up in the second half. It's been fun to watch. Jackets 11-10 so far here in the fourth quarter. 5:06 remaining. Stick around, by the way. We'll have our post-game show sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery. once we go final. Let's see what kind of strategy the two teams put together here down the stretch. Elena Hill, by the way, leading all scorers. She's had a very good game. 18 points, 8 out of 15 from the field. Chokshi, meanwhile, with 15 points and 5 for 12 shooting. The Yellow Jackets, meanwhile, have countered with Olsen. She's 5 for 8. Schaefer so far 3 for 7 for her 12 points. The Raiders now at 39.1% shooting. The Jackets at 41.9. Come out of the timeout here. Amazing how things have opened up here in the second half. After the first half, both teams really struggled from the field. Lesha now inbounding it for Olsen and UWS into the front court. Going to the left side now. Hewitt, by the way, still playing on those 4 fouls. Out on top. Now it's Olsen. Lesha. Colleen Claude back in. First time we've seen her in a while. Pass comes left side. 8 seconds now. Megan Schaefer. Schaefer for UWS. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds, and they're not going to get it off. Shot clock violation against the Yellow Jackets. Schaefer got matched up against the much taller Hill. As the shot clock was winding down, and nothing UWS could do on that one. Mendez back in for the Raiders. Cole also back in. Kladowski is out. Cole will inbound it now for MSOE. In for Hill. Jackets picking up full court. 1-3-1. Raiders break it as they lob it into the front court to Cole. And now Chokshi out on top. Looks like they're going to take their time with this possession as the pass comes right side now. Here's Curley. Now Chokshi on the left wing. Chokshi looking down low. Skip pass now, open is Cole. She'll fire from 3-point range. That one's long off the back rim. Rebound grab by Lesha. Jackets get a stop. Now we'll see if they can convert on the offensive end as Olsen comes across the timeline. Checking with the bench for the play call. She comes to the right side. Now Schaefer out on top. Lesha, top of the key. 8 seconds to shoot. 3:40 remaining regulation, and we're going to have a whistle. And I think they're going to call 3 seconds there. Yeah, 3-second violation as Riyadh comes back in. Schaefer will check out. 3:40 remaining, fourth quarter. Hill triggering it in now for Chokshi. Jackets need another stop here as Chokshi comes into the front court. Goes right side. 18-foot jump shot is up. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound grab by Olsen. UWS back to their direction now. Olsen on the right side. Claude out on top. She'll swing a pass now for Riyadh on the wing. Maddie Riyadh crossing over, trying to step through. Gets her pass to the corner. Lesha, quick release on the 3. That's way off. Ball on the deck, and we'll have a travel called against Mendez as she tried to grab the rebound. She got tied up by Claude. And what are we going to have here? I'm trying to figure out the shot clock. We're going to put 20 seconds back on the shot clock here. I'm going to say that Mendez traveled after she got possession, therefore should be Yellow Jacket basketball. So that's the reason for the trigger in. And also the reset to 20 seconds. Riyadh now from the baseline will inbound for Hewitt. Lesha. Now Olsen out on top. Olsen trying to go down low now. Hewitt couldn't find the ball right at the top of her head. Pass went right through her hands, and now it's a turnover as the Raiders come back to her direction. Chokshi now out on top. Here's Hill. Going down low for Mendez. Triple team comes on her. She gets stripped of the basketball. Turnover on MSOE. Olsen now into the front court. Lesha. Actually, it's Claude. She'll fire from 3. That's no good. Off the front rim. Rebound for UWS. 2:30 remaining. Fourth quarter, 2-possession lead for MSOE at 55-51. Olsen now left side, 10 seconds to shoot. Olsen now spinning through, trying to get a shot away, knocked away by Mendez, and it'll be a turnover on the Yellow Jackets. And Olsen slow in getting back up. Now she rises to her feet. She'll check out. Schaefer will come back in. Butterbroad's back in there. So is Gladowski for MSOE. They're trying to improve to 4-1. The Yellow Jackets trying to improve to 2-3. 2 minutes, 10 seconds now remaining as Chokshi comes across the timeline. Right hand dribble. Now pass comes left side. Here's Gladowski. Chokshi taking a step on the baseline. Now kicks it out on top. Now Gladowski stepping through. 10 seconds to shoot. Butterbroad will take the jump shot, and she'll knock it down. That's a dagger right there, boy. She's got 5 points. 16-foot jump shot for Aaliyah Butterbroad. Makes it 57-51. Jackets are going to have to maximize possessions here from here on out, I should say. Left side, Riot. 10 seconds to shoot. 1:30 remaining. Fourth quarter, Hewitt. 4 seconds to shoot. Schaefer, she'll fall back, goes up for the jump shot, front rim and out. Rebound cleared by Curley. 1:15 remaining, fourth quarter. 2-possession lead. And now a pass from Chokshi, Whale over the top of everybody, picked off by Hewitt easily. Now UWS, as we're about to go under 1 minute, like I said, has to maximize the possessions. Riot now. Into the paint. Kicks it out now. Schaefer. Right side now, Colleen Claude. Claude for the Yellow Jackets. Trying to back down low against Chokshi. And then she turns it over as she threw it into the arms of Shelby Gladowski. And now the Raiders coming in the front court, and they'll call timeout with 39.7 left. And this is where the foul situation also hurts you. There has not been a foul called in this quarter. We had 36 through 3 quarters, and we haven't had a single foul here called in the fourth. Explain that one to me. Anyway, 39.7 seconds left. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Can't believe the game changed that much, but that's all it's been called. Anyway, 57-51 your score. Neither team has committed a foul, and that really works against the Yellow Jackets here because down by 2 possessions, they have to, if they're going to try to extend this game, going to have to start fouling basically on every play here. So we'll see how Evelyn Parsons and Hannah Trees want to play this down the stretch. So no lack of fouls called in the game overall, but not sure how you go from, it said 36 fouls through 3 quarters to no fouls at all in the fourth. Could be also a point where the teams just haven't played as physically on the defensive side, but I don't know. I just find that hard to believe. Anyway, we come out of the timeout here. The Raiders will be in possession of the basketball. We'll see if the Yellow Jackets, who have had foul troubles all game, try to start fouling here. I don't know. I mean, it's a 2-possession game, 39.7 left. Still a lot of time. 24 seconds on the shot clock as the pass comes in. And there's the first foul given. So looks like UWS is going to try maybe to play the foul game here. That foul on Olsen, by the way, her third. Hewitt's in there with the 4 fouls. Oh, yep, they're going to try to extend this out. Now a foul against Schaefer. That'll be her 4th. Jackets right now have 3 players in the game now with 4 fouls. Locksheen out from the baseline. Bounce pass comes in from Gladowski. And then she plays it, or throws it off of Lesha on the baseline. It'll stay with the Raiders here. Still have 17 seconds to shoot. Pass comes in now. Cole in the corner, trying to dribble out. Jackets now are going to give the foul with Lesha. That'll be her fourth. So the Jackets have 4 players with 4 fouls in there. Pass comes in now. Maria trying to commit the foul, and she will. That'll be her 5th, so she'll foul out with 23 seconds left. Jackets still have a foul to give. Latvala will come back in. .23 seconds now left. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Pass comes in now for Curley, and there's the foul given by Lesha, and now she'll foul out. Kind of a strange game here, to be honest with you, down the stretch, as Hurlburt will come back in now for the Yellow Jackets. And now Curley will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 21.1 left in a 6-point game. Make it 7 as she knocks down the free throw. So that free throw right there makes it a 3-possession game, and now the task gets that much tougher with 21.1 ticks of the clock remaining. Second free throw from Curley, also good. And now a timeout going to be called by the Yellow Jackets. That'll be their final timeout. They'll advance the ball into the front court here, as per rule in the women's game, and unless UWS can force some free throw misses here, it's going to be tough for the Jackets to come back in this one. So far in this quarter, the Raiders are 5 for 11 from the field. The second half, they're 10 of 11 from the stripe. 13 out of 21 from the field, 5 for 11 from three-point range, and they have scored in the second half as MSOE 41 points. In the second half, the Jackets with 33 points. UWS so far, 12 for 24, 3 for 7 from beyond the arc. They're 6 or 9 from the stripe. So both teams actually have played a good offensive second half, but the Raiders have just been spot on the money here. Shoot 13 for 21 and a half. You're doing some work, and only the Raiders have done that. Jackets haven't been able to get enough stops, and on the offensive end, they haven't been able to make enough plays. Jackets up to 26 fouls in the game. UWS also with 18 turnovers, while the Raiders have 12. Now Schaefer trying to trigger it in. Here is Olsen now spinning away. 18 seconds left. Olsen, Schaefer. Elbow jump shot now from Schaefer is up and good. 59-53, and another timeout going to be called, and they're going to bring the ball in the front court. That'll leave the Raiders with 2. So the equation here for UWS is to get a steal, come up, make a 3, get another steal and make another 3. And they got to do all that in 12.2 seconds. The only other option as the inbounds comes in is to foul, and the Raiders, like as I mentioned, 10 for 11 from the stripe in the second half. So it's been a strange ball game in a lot of ways. Jackets will next be in action coming up. This coming Tuesday, they'll be taking on McAllister on the road. That won't be an easy game either. 7 p.m. down in St. Paul before they return home on Tuesday the 2nd against Viterbo. That'll be our next broadcast, of course. We'll talk about that more in the post-game show. In the meantime, now the Raiders will inbound. Here's the pass in for Chokshi, and the foul given now by Allard, who's back in there for the Yellow Jackets. 10.9 seconds left. Schaefer will come back in. Allard will check out. Chokshi's first free throw is up and good, and that should about do it, actually. 60-53, 10.9 seconds left. Jackets going to be 1-4, it appears. So we will go to 4-1. Second free throw, good for Chokshi. She has 17, 61-53. Inbounds now comes for Schaefer. And yeah, the Jackets just going to play this out here, it appears. Right side now, Olsen. She'll jack a three-point shot. That one's well off to the right, and the buzzer sounds. And MSOE downs the Yellow Jackets here at the Mertz. Final score, Raiders 61, Yellow Jackets 53. We'll take a quick break and come back with our post-game show right after this. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on the Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAG Sports Network. Matt Johnson back here at the Mertz. Final score. And this non-conference contest, MSOE downing the Yellow Jackets 61-53. A strange game as we jump into our post-game show sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery. In a lot of ways, it was kind of a tale of two games, really. First half, a lot of missed shots, a lot of turnovers, plenty of opportunities for rebounding practice, as I mentioned at halftime. In that first quarter, MSOE edging the Yellow Jackets 8-7, and then it was 11-10 Jackets in the second. Tied up at 18 at the half, and you thought, well, see if either team can figure out the offensive side of it. Turned out both teams figured out the offensive side of things quite a bit in the second half. In fact, if you add up the third quarter alone, they both outscored their complete total from the first half. Speaking of both teams, 27 points in the third quarter for MSOE, 22 for the Jackets in that third quarter. And you had a 45-40 score heading into the fourth quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, MSOE holding a 16-13 edge. The real story, I think, in that second half, if you look at it from a Yellow Jacket standpoint, just couldn't get any stops, and especially down the stretch. The Raiders were able to get whatever they wanted offensively, it felt like. And in that second 20 minutes, as I mentioned, the Raiders 13 out of 21 from the field overall. 5 for 11 from three-point range, and then 12 out of 13 from the stripe. For the game, the Raiders end up shooting 38.8% after they went 6 for 28 in the first half. Jackets, meanwhile, in the second half, 7 out of 11 in the third. They were 6 out of 15 in the fourth, so they were combined 13 out of 26, good for 50%. They were 3 for 8 from beyond the arc in the half, and they were 6 for 9 from the free throw line. Again, not bad numbers for the Yellow Jackets offensively after halftime, after some adjustments were made, but they just could not get the stops they needed, especially down the stretch. And they ended up going down to defeat by 8 points here. For the game, the Jackets 38.8%. They were 19 out of 49 from the field, 4 for 13 from beyond the arc, and 11 for 17 from the stripe. MSOE, meanwhile, as I mentioned, 38.8% on 19 out of 49. They were 6 out of 19 from three-point range for the game and 17 out of 20 from the free throw line. They outscored the Yellow Jackets from the line by 6 in an 8-point game. That also factors into this one. Individually, the Yellow Jackets were led by Megan Schaefer with 14 points. She was 4 for 10 from the field and 2 for 5 from beyond the arc, 4 for 6 from the stripe. Elsa Olsen with 13 points for the Jackets on 5 for 9 shooting. 6 points for Mackenzie Lesha, 6 points for Kira Latvala, 4 points for Charlotte Fursil, and 4 points for Maddie Riot, 4 points as well for Kylie Hewitt, and 2 points for Azaria Hulbert for the Yellow Jackets in this one as well. Meanwhile, for MSOE, best player on the court tonight was Helena Hill, no question about it. Hill with 18 points, 8 out of 15 shooting. She was 2 for 5 from beyond the arc as well in the ball game in 34 minutes, so she had a very strong game. Mahima Chakshi really picked up her play in the second half as well. 17 points for Chakshi. She had 5 for 13 shooting for the day, 6 for 6 from the stripe, and 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And the third player in double figures, Lana Curley, she had 10 points in the ball game, 2 for 4 from beyond the arc, and she hit all 4 of her free throws as well. 5 points each for Butterbrot, Alea Butterbrot, and Shelby Gladowski. 4 points for Danny Mendez and 2 points for Ellie Cole in this one as well. Post-game show player of the game, if you had to give it, would definitely be for Helena Hill of MSOE. She was the best player on the court tonight, and the Jackets really couldn't get a stop on her when they needed it. If you had to give it for a Yellow Jacket player, I would probably say it's Elsa Olsen. She had a strong game for the Yellow Jackets across the board. 13 points, 5 for 9. Shooting for her. She also had 2 assists in the ball game. Did have 4 turnovers, so that's one, area where she'd want to do better. But overall, not a bad showing for Elsa Olsen. She would be your Yellow Jackets player of the game for this one. Jackets falling now to 1-4. MSOE now at 4-1. Up next for the Jackets, a road trip to McAllister on Tuesday the 25th, 7 p.m., the opening tip of that one, down from the Leonard Center in St. Paul. They'll next be at home, however, on Tuesday, December 2nd, so a week from that Tuesday, they'll be taking on Viterbo right here at the Mertz. That'll be an NAIA opponent. The Jackets have hosted an NAIA opponent, I think. Geez, I'd have to go way back to try to find out when the last time they played an NAIA team here at the Mertz would be. That would be probably maybe even a couple of decades ago. I'd have to go back and look again. But that'll be when the Yellow Jacket women are back. 7 p.m., the opening tip of that one. 6:45 will be the pregame with yours truly here. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM, KUWS, and Yellow Jacket TV. Meanwhile, our next sports broadcast here on 91.3 FM and on Yellow Jacket TV will come up tonight. Game 2 of our doubleheader here of Yellow Jacket Sports on the air. Men's hockey taking on UW Stevens Point. 7 p.m., the opening face-off against the Pointers down the street at Westman Arena. 6:30 the pregame with John Garver as the Jackets go for a split on the weekend, coming off of a 4-0 loss last night against UW Eau Claire. So hopefully the Jackets can bounce back against the Pointers tonight. A big thank you to Gus Shupp, who was always known as the Gus Bus. That's the name he's been given by my colleague John Garver. So a big thank you to him. He was my engineer back at 91.3 FM. Also a big thank you to Evan Ludwig, who was my engineer with Yellow Jacket TV. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we hope you'll join us for more Yellow Jacket women's basketball as the 2025-26 season continues on. So for Gus Shupp back at the studio at 91.3 FM and for Evan Ludwig at Yellow Jacket TV, this is Matt Johnson. One more time repeating the final score. Yellow Jackets lose their home opener. Final score here, MSOE 61, Yellow Jackets 53. Thanks for listening and watching, everybody. This has been Yellow Jacket Women's Basketball